So I've owned the Panasonic GH6 for about the past 5 months now, and there's one issue with the open gate or full sensor recording that I have. One issue is actually not being able to shoot 60 frames a second in open gate. Don't know already what open gate is or full sensor recording. Basically, this is allowing you to record onto the entire sensor, so in this case in a 4:3 format on the Panasonic GH6. In the GH6, you're able to shoot in open gate in 5.8K in 24 and 30 frames a second. Now there is a 4:3 format in 4.4K 60 frames a second, but that is not true open gate. On the setting 4.4K or the 4:3 format of anamorphic is not true open gate. Basically what that's doing is taking a normal 4K or a 16:9, cropping in on the sides, and you're essentially actually losing image or image surface instead of just shooting in 4K. Now if you're shooting on anamorphic, you need this and there's reasons behind it, but if you're trying to utilize the open gate to its fullest capacity and fullest potential, which is allowing you to create social media videos and crop into different formats, you need to be shooting in open gate. The only problem is if you want to shoot any B-roll, the most you can slow down will be 80% if you're shooting at 5.8K open gate at 30 frames a second. There's no 60 frames a second option in a true open gate recording format. Otherwise, you're just losing quality, so it would make more sense just to shoot in 4K. Now, the reason I call this a big open gate issue is not because it's an issue with the camera. I've been begging and trying to talk to even some of the engineers that I think that the GH6 really needs to have a 5.8K 60 frames a second to be an amazing social media camera, being able to shoot in a 4:3 format or an open gate format with 60 frames a second, so you can actually slow down your footage for social media. And that is really clutch for a lot of B-roll that even I shoot and a lot of other filmmakers shoot as well. But the main reason I call it an issue is not because of Panasonic, but it's because of YouTubers. Now, I have no gripes or issues with any of the YouTubers, but I myself even thought 4.4K was open gate recording, but after doing some significant amount of testing, aka just shooting 4K 60 frames a second and 4.4K 60 frames a second, you can notice in this test right here, you're actually losing quality on your image. So with that said, if you want to use the Panasonic GH6 open gate to its fullest potential, you're kind of stuck at 5.8K 24 and 30 frames a second. Now, I did do some tests on the GH5 Mark II literally a couple days ago, and that one actually does have true open gate recording in 4K 60 frames a second, so 4.4K 60 frames a second. That actually is true open gate recording. But that one on the GH5 Mark II is an 8-bit and not 10-bit. So I guess 5.8K, 60 frames a second, 10-bit. So even though I consider this to be an issue, if you want to hear how the GH6 does for video production, you can check out that video right here. Until next week, guys, peace.